ranked Tennessee Lady Vols. Hello again, everyone. Alongside Nancy Lieberman-Klein, I'm Robin Roberts. One of the fiercest rivalries in all of basketball, UT and Vandy. The Lady Vols have dominated this series, but it's not unusual for this game to be decided in the final minutes. In fact, the last time they played in Nashville last month, it went into overtime with Tennessee winning. For Vanderbilt, Lisa Ostrom with 22 points, and up until game time today, Jim Foster didn't know if she'd be able to go.
Well, Jim Foster is smiling right now because Lisa Ostrom will be able to play at 6'2". She's coming back from a stress fracture in her foot. She missed 3 weeks of playing, but I think she gives Vandy the dimension they didn't have. That was a transition game.
When you talk about UT, of course, you talk about Jamaica Holtzclaw. She can hurt you in so many different ways.
Robin, how do you spell All-American? What a great player she's been for the Lady Vols. She leads them in 7 categories. Let me count. Let's see, scoring, rebounding, block shots, steal. She pretty much can do it all.
That she can. UT Vandy, enough said. We'll be back with the starting lineup and the tip-off. Stay tuned, everyone. A fierce rivalry between Tennessee and Vanderbilt.
Trying to lose weight on your rider?
Yes.
Hope you like to exercise, because in a week you'll spend an extra 72 minutes on your rider to equal the calorie burning potential of a Nordic track skier.
72 minutes? I thought this was supposed to be easy.
No matter what your fitness goals, losing weight, conditioning your heart, or shaping and toning your body, Nordic Track gives you a better workout. Nordic Track is the faster, easier way to burn calories because it burns 60% more calories than a rider. The Nordic Track skier keeps your back aligned, while riders use a stressful rowing motion, which can cause back pain or discomfort. Unlike riders, Nordic Track is not a passing fad. After 5 years, 70% of owners reported using their skier an average of 3 times a week. There really is an easier way, Nordic Track.
For results, Nordic Track is the easier way.
Call now for your free video and brochure. With models starting for as little as $19.95 a month, there's a Nordic Track skier to fit your budget and fitness needs. Call today and see why the Nordic Track skier gives you results you can measure.
Lee Jeans, the brand that fits.
U.S. gold medalist Mia Hamm spends 90 minutes destroying her hair and 90 seconds bringing it back with Pert Plus. More than a shampoo, it conditions too. How? As you shampoo, the conditioners stay suspended. As you rinse, the conditioners go to work, giving you great hair simply. Perfect for Mia, because she wants great hair, but she'd rather be living in it than working on it. Wouldn't you? Pert Plus. Simply great hair. Simply.
ESPN's presentation of NCAA basketball is brought to you by Nike, who encourages you to participate in the lives of America's youth.
Bowling arena for Vanderbilt and Tennessee. And you can tell by this raucous crowd that they expect something to happen this afternoon. Let's take a look at the starting lineups brought to you by Pert Plus. First of all, with Vanderbilt, Michelle Palmisano.
She only leads the SEC in three-point shooting, one of the great ones.
And for Pat Summitt at the Tennessee Lady Vols, Abby Conklin. It is senior day, a little ceremony to start it, and as tradition, starting the seniors in the lineup. And we get right to the tip. Machina Hillman and Shamika Holtzclaw tipping it up for Tennessee and Vanderbilt. Buckle up, folks. And Vandy controlled.
Not a surprise to see Tennessee coming out in man-to-man defense with a lot of trapping.
A lot of movement. Paige Redmond off the back, and Catherine Thompson with the rebound.
We get a chance to see a contrast in styles because Vanderbilt, they will start in their 2-3 matchup zone, but it has a lot of man-to-man principles with trapping.
See Vanderbilt trapping right there. Gorsuka and Paige Redmond, and causing the turnover by Catherine Thompson.
Well, in most cases, Robin, you want to get the ball to the corner or the opposite elbow, but if you do that against Vandy, they trap at you.
Dipsy doodle there. Vanetti responded with nothing doing, and the break by the Lady Vols. Misty Green pulling up. And Hillman the rebound. Who will be the first to score?
Well, that's the smart thing. Go inside to your big 6'7" player in Angela Gorsica.
And the shot was no good, and the foul on Vanderbilt.
Robin, you can sense this is like two heavyweight prize fighters just trying to feel each other out the first few minutes and get the jitters out.
The crowd still on its feet until there's a basket.
Jim Foster told me, he said, my kids are going to play 94 feet, and they are going after Tennessee, and so far they're doing that.
Well, the press last month caused problems, but this time Vandy is able, Lady Vols are able to break it with Patterson Thompson scoring.
Well, if you can get the ball past the front line of the trap, then you have the numbers, as Patterson Thompson did.
First basket of the game.
It'd be really interesting who runs the triangle offense better.
And Gorsica trying to go down low to Nashima Hillman, but throws it away. What hasn't Pat Summitt done in her 23 years here at Tennessee? 4 NCAA championships. Only John Wooden has won more titles.
And the thing that I enjoy when I'm visiting with Pat is she has a willingness, Robin, to want to continue to learn. This year she spent time with Phil Jackson and the Bulls staff, wanting to learn how to run the triangle offense that obviously the Bulls have used to perfection.
I would say.
Well, if you're going to learn from the best.
Yeah, what a combination, Lady Vols and the Chicago Bulls. And the break by the Vols. And Abby Conklin too hard, but it will remain the Lady Vols ball.
Lady Vols moving the ball in transition. That is a beautiful pass right there from Green, making sure the defense had cleared. Abby Conklin does have very good hands, and she has just been on fire shooting from 3.
Elsie coming in place of Green. And the putback by Holtzclaw. Get used to seeing that, folks.
Well, she's so good about not only finishing her shot, but she's a quick jumper, and that's why she gets a lot of extra buckets.
Lady Vols with the early 4-0 lead.
It's tough when you have somebody putting pressure on the ball and hunting down low on defense. You've got to have a perfect pass.
A perfect pass right there from Hillman to Palmisano.
Most of Palmisano's shots come from three-point land, about 75% of them.
Quite a save there by Holtzclaw. Elsie, the freshman, in the lane, too hard, but gets her own rebound, but it goes out of bounds. Commodore's ball.
It is such a different Tennessee team than we're used to seeing over the years. Running, getting up and down the floor, getting in transition.
You can tell both sides beginning to settle down now, getting into the offense. Gorsica too hard, gets her own rebound, and is fouled by Abby Conklin.
I have a feeling that Angela Gorsica, one of 2 seniors on the team for Vanderbilt, is starting to think, I have got to take some responsibility. Look right there. She posts, uses her big frame to turn and shoot over Abby Conklin. And then Abby, if you don't lay a body on Gorsica and box her out, she's going in for her second shot.
And she is a decent free throw shooter for someone of that size, shooting 71% from the line.
And when you think about Angela Gorsica, you think shot block, defense.
Absolutely.
Even if you cheat on defense, you have somebody in the hole that can bail you out.
She's only averaging 6.5 points a game and just under 6 rebounds a game, but also 3.5 blocks, tops in the SEC. That's 80 so far this year.
And she's 5th in the nation in block shots, and what an asset to have. But there have been great post players. Wendy Sultan's the All-American, Heidi Gillingham, who played at Vanderbilt.
And those two tied up. 3 minutes into this game, 4-all. Conklin being challenged by Hillman.
So I think with the ball handling right now of Holtzclaw and Abby Conklin, you could clear your guard out in Kelly Jolly and let them bring the ball up the floor.
Well, Holtzclaw can do so much with the ball, and she draws a foul on Redmond.
Also, we should talk about Lori Milligan being out.
True.
She was the starting guard until Kelly Jolly came back, returning from her ACL. So Tennessee is very slim at the point guard position.
And there's a block by Gorsica. The one area of weakness for Pat Summitt has to be a guard. Palmisano, oh, from that range, it's just automatic.
Robert, I always say it's so important to know your personnel, and you've got to find Palmisano.
Elsie so quick, but a turnover goes out of bounds. So it's a Commodores ball, but Elsie quickly getting down court.
What does pressure make you do? It makes you feel like there is a need to go faster than you want to, and that time Tennessee rushed it offensively.
Definitely out of control, but Elsie causing a turnover off to Shavika Holtzclaw. Open court, no. Too hard. Corsica pulls it down and sparks the fast break. That's a layup. That's a layup for Palmisano.
Hey, I'm telling you, I'm watching Nashima Hillman fill the lane, and Palmisano's thinking, no, I shoot 41%. I'm letting this baby go.
And Vanderbilt builds a 6-point lead.
If Tennessee has the opportunity in transition, fueled by their defense. Look at the quick hands right there by LZ. Gets it out to the All-American. Now Shamika Holtzclaw sees that she's got Redmond one-on-one. She tried to use that fake, but that took her angle away, and she misses the chippy.
Denny Respondek called for her first foul. On the break, Thompson. Ooh. Another rebound by Gorsica. Given the opportunity, the Commodores will run with it. And another three, this time by Paige Redmond. And as you would imagine, Pat Summitt wants to take a timeout with her team down 13-4.
And Robin, it's a 22nd. I think this is a great timeout by Pat Summitt, because this is what Vanderbilt has to do. If you let them get in transition, they will find the perimeter player, because as a defensive player, you have to go down on the block. That's pretty much what you've been taught. Look at this, Nettie Respondek coming down. See how she draws two players, and then she finds Paige Redmond, yet another great three-point shooter. She only hits 38%.
Just 38. Palmisano, almost 41% from three-point range. You see the run, 13-0 in the last 3 seconds. 2 minutes and 3 seconds. So it has been the Commodores coming on strong in this stretch. But this is not unusual. We've said that in the opener that, yes, Tennessee has dominated this series, but it's always a close game in recent years. Conklin.
That's the play. Tennessee has good spacing against the zone, and Abby Conklin at 6'1", able to shoot over players and also handle.
Still a 7-point advantage, and Respondek is called for traveling. Does everyone ever really believe they travel? It's always that look of, no, it wasn't me. Back with much more after this.
I started out playing with the guys. I mean, I wasn't always accepted because you get criticized, like you need to be in the kitchen somewhere, go put on a skirt, and I was going to show them that I belong here as well as they do. Some people say, like, you don't play like a girl. And, I mean, what does a girl play basketball? You know, you play basketball, you play basketball.
The difference between children and parents is that children are the ones without a care in the world. Keeping them carefree and protected is the reason you get life insurance for yourself. With State Farm, you'll get a life insurance company that has always received the highest possible ratings for financial strength. And that can help you be sure that your kids will get to be kids for just as long as they please. State Farm understands life.
Pizza Hut employee memo number 5, a word about napkins. It stands to reason that if you create a pepperoni that has less grease per piece of pepperoni, you're going to need less napkins. So, less napkins it is. On the other hand, if you put more pepperoni on the pizza, you might need more napkins. Which means, after some serious deliberation, we recommend the same amount of napkins. Okay, can we consider the napkin question put to rest? Now we can go on to placemats.
You're on placemat.
So feel free to let everyone know we're making it great, again and again.
Vanderbilt, Tennessee, when they met for the SEC Championship in 1995, the last time that Vanderbilt came away with a victory, and the only victory for Jim Foster over Pat Summitt. That was in the 1995 championship game, and as I said, Jim Foster's only win in his 6 years at Vanderbilt over Tennessee. Angela Gorsica remembers that game well. She has 4 rebounds so far in this game.
Well, she's the one who has to be able, with Coach Foster, to look at the other players and say, it's been done. I know what we can beat a Tennessee team.
Well, each team that Jim Foster has had here at Vanderbilt has ended the regular season ranked at least 13th and at least making it to the Sweet 16 of the NCAA tournament. Passion Thompson trying to create underneath, but Hillman with the rebound.
Both of these teams, you figure for Tennessee, they graduate their backcourt of Latina Davis and Michelle Marciniak. And then for Jim Foster, he then loses his great player in Cherie Sam, Mara Cunningham, and Ginger Jarrett. So a lot of retooling for both these clubs.
Blocked there by Thompson. It's a good pass, though, from Gorsica to set that up. Shamiqua Holtzclaw creating in the lane. Yes! Count it!
That is knowing the hometown rims.
Definitely working to her advantage for Pat Summitt.
I think that Shamiqua Holtzclaw needs to be more involved. And right here over Paige Redmond, she certainly has the height, and she's got lady luck.
That doesn't hurt.
But when you have the skills that she does, not only can she shoot over you, but she can spin and use her strength to go around you as well.
Catherine Thompson getting credit for that, but that's okay. 66% free throw shooter is Shamiqua Holtzclaw. Vandy still up by 4. 14.5 left to go in the first half.
Tennessee showing a little bit of token pressure right now, and they as well trying to trap.
And forcing the turnover off the hands of Jennifer Holmes.
Robin, you have got to figure that both these teams know if there's a made basket, teams are going to be able to set their press, so you have to be ready for it and players in the right position.
Tiffany Johnson into the game, inbounding for the Lady Vols. Has played well recently. It's a fourth turnover by Vanderbilt.
Tiffany Johnson sitting here saying, wait, what's wrong with this picture? Why am I handling the basketball?
Please, somebody come. Abby Conklin, too hard, and Gorsica keeping it alive. Keen the fast break. And Palmisano converts.
Vandy's transition game right now is absolutely running on all cylinders. They're getting the ball out. They're limiting Tennessee to one shot, and that's been the key.
The outside shot this time by Tennessee, and Kelly Jolly comes back with it. Goes inside to Shamiqua, who is fouled again.
That pass looked like it was going to Abby Conklin and over her head, and all of a sudden you see these pair of hands, and it just happens to be Shamiqua Holtzclaw on the baseline. Right here, see, I thought she was looking for Conklin, but she has better eyes than myself because she found Holtzclaw going back to her.
And Lisa Ostrom called for the foul. She is expected to see about 16, 18 minutes of play. With the stress fracture, she can only go for about 4-minute spurts. The TV game will help Lisa Ostrom with the additional timeout.
Well, she's their leading scorer and also leads the team in field goal percentage. And as Foster told us in practice, she is a part of that transition game. She can take you in the open court. That's why she's so important.
Shamiqua Holtzclaw, perfect from the line. Still a 4-point advantage for the Commodores of Vanderbilt.
Now, even though Nettie Responda at 33 has the basketball, she is the point guard. She's a sophomore, but she was injured, had a redshirt a year, so I figure her to have freshman experience in a sophomore classification.
10 seconds on the shot clock. Ostrom down low. 4 seconds on the shot clock, and Ostrom forced to take it off glass. Wow, savvy play.
Well, she is a smart player.
Until right then, when she's called for her second foul so quickly.
Well, she probably has been out for 3 weeks. She wants to do anything to get into the action, but a very nice shot. Great ball movement right here. Beautiful play by Palmisano. And if you're going to go to anybody when you need a basket, that is your go-to player in Lisa Ostrom.
She picks up 2 quick fouls. Vanderbilt now with 16 fouls.
Zone, you want to make sure you penetrate it. Don't let it attack you. You must attack the zone.
Misty Green was short.
Rashonda Stevens, the freshman, is so big and strong at 6'3". Yeah, Pat Summit was telling me early in the year, she says, Nancy, our post players are just not playing that well. Tiffany Johnson and Passion Thompson. I think anybody in the country would give their right arm to have the Tennessee post players.
Corsica, not a bad post player either. Ostrom battling in. And Shamika Holtzclaw, those fast hands, causes a turnover. Simply stripping Jennifer Holmes. And boy, this Thompson Bowling Arena crowd back on its feet.
And I think you're going to see a lot of this Shamika Holtzclaw at the point guard position, especially with Misty Green in the lineup. She can slide over. That shows her versatility.
Stevens has her shot blocked. 2-on-1 opportunity for Vanderbilt. And converting is Respondex.
Tennessee is not doing a good job right now on the offensive glass. As I said before, it's 1 and out, and that is allowing Vandy to run.
Nothing doing for Tiffany Johnson, tying up the ball. And the possession arrow in favor of Vanderbilt. And we'll take a timeout. 19-13, Vanderbilt still with the advantage.
Who do you love? Who do you love? Yeah, who do you love? Who do you love?
I've been telling you about the AT&T One Rate plan.
One rate anytime.
Well, now there's the AT&T One Rate International plan.
International?
Yeah, each country has its own low rate on calls from home anytime.
What country?
Almost any country you can think of.
Each with its own low rate.
Exactly.
One rate to Sweden anytime.
Yeah.
I can call Chile.
Yeah, Chile would love to hear from you.
What do you know in Chile?
Like you're so busy calling Sweden.
I can call Sweden.
All right, what happened there?
One low rate per country, anytime. The AT&T One Rate International plan.
After conquering Earth for 30 years, it was time to comfort it. Introducing the all-new Mitsubishi Montero Sport.
What are you doing? Forgot to shave.
A remarkably smooth-riding sport utility vehicle. The Montero Sport. It puts a new face on SUV comfort.
Not bad.
Hey, you missed a spot. The 1997 Montero Sport and Montero from Mitsubishi. Built for living.
Back here for Vanderbilt and Tennessee, and the Commodores have been maintaining an advantage over the Lady Vols, and they've been doing it with some excellent shooting, which normally you don't see on the road, Nance.
Well, they have struggled significantly on the road. That 39% from 3 drops to 31% when they're away. But so far against Tennessee, they are lighting it up from the outside. And Michelle Palmisano is leading the charge. She has 10 points already. We talked about her being a great three-point shooter. The perimeter of Vandy is vital to their success. The 3 guards in Redmond, Respondek, and Palmisano.
3 for 3 from three-point range, and actually the possession arrow was in favor of the Lady Vols. And the steal by Hillman, just a bad pass there.
Well, also a change in defense by Vandy that time. It looked like they went man-to-man coming out of the timeout.
LZ's so active on defense. Katie Janke, too hard. Ball's out of bounds. It will remain the Commodores' ball.
See, that's another thing that Vandy has is so much depth inside. You figure with Ostrom and then Katie Janke, who was another one of the players that was injured this year. She had a stress fracture in her foot. She is just now coming back to full strength. And now, at least with Vanderbilt having Ostrom, that gives them a formidable inside-outside game.
They're taking this 7 games and only saw limited action the last time they played the Lady Vols in Nashville last month.
Well, if you get great perimeter shooting the way Vandy has played so far, that makes Tennessee play you tough on the perimeter and opens up the inside.
And the steal by Shamika Holtzclaw. The numbers I thought were not there, but Kelly Jolly made something happen.
Well, Well, not only did she make it happen, it was a gorgeous move because a little hesitation baseline. Hey, Holtzclaw told me before the game, Kelly Jolly is the difference in this Tennessee team because she really is a passer first.
And that was Siobhan Hammond, a freshman for the Commodores. 6-point advantage for Vanderbilt. Less than 10.5 left to go in the first half.
You're seeing a lot of the future of SEC basketball on the floor for both teams with Siobhan Hammond, LaShonda Stevens right there, Elsie.
Again, trying to make something happen with Siobhan Hammond, but at least she created and made the foul happen.
Well, she's a great athlete. She's 5'11", but she could play the 2, the 3, the 4. She's one of those slasher, dasher type of players. I'm sure that's what Tennessee's talking about. If she beats me, you've got to rotate over and help me.
She just started playing basketball as a high school freshman, so she hasn't been playing that long. But she averaged 15 points, 12 rebounds, 4 steals, 3 assists her senior year, so she was a quick study.
Yeah, I'm really feeling sorry for Siobhan. When you're that athletic, and like you say, she didn't start when she was like a little 7 or 8-year-old.
She's a 52% free throw shooter. When asked, what do you want to do at Vanderbilt this year, she said, I want to make a big impact as a freshman, and I want to beat Tennessee.
Well, she's going to have every opportunity, especially here at Thompson-Boling.
23-15. Vanderbilt still in the lead. Under 10 to go now in the first half. Shamikwa Holtzclaw, such a heads-up player.
Okay, if I'm doing an instructional video on how to go somewhere off the dribble, I'm going to take that play and show you on one dribble Holtzclaw got from the corner into the paint.
Just a sophomore. No sophomore jinx here. Hillman inside. Oh! Didn't even look at the basket. Again, Vanderbilt applying the pressure in the backcourt. Elsie driving. The defense by Paige Redmond, forcing the turnover.
We talked about Holtzclaw. Watch this right here. She's going one-on-one against I should say Paige Redmond, and she takes that power dribble. Look, and she gets right to the front of the iron. The only thing she didn't do was dunk it and point at you. You, Robin.
Stand in line. 25-17, still Vanderbilt by 8. 9 to go. Hillman off the front of the iron, and Tiffany Johnson comes away with it.
I like the matchups on the court right now. Hillman trying to get in there and body Passion Thompson, although Thompson much stronger than Nashima.
10 seconds on the shot clock. And Jolly will put it up. Oh, in and out. Jenke the rebound.
Well, that baby's halfway down, but
give her half a point.
Did you see that monster screen by Passion Thompson? I mean, if you can get over that, I want to know how.
Good defense by Thompson. Coming away with a steal. Holtzclaw is taking her time.
See, and that's the versatility that Shamikwa Holtzclaw gives you, because not only can she take you from the top and set up the offense.
The putback by Thompson off the Johnson miss. And Vanderbilt wants to take a 20-second timeout. Smart timeout by Jim Foster. His team is up by 6. Just under 8 to go. They've led for the majority of this first half. This has been a big game. And, of course, this is Big Monday. What a segue. Jacques Vaughn, the #1 ranked Kansas Jayhawks are out for revenge against Missouri. That's at 9:30. First of all, in the Big East, it's Connecticut and Syracuse in a little midnight madness. How about Jerry Tarkanian going back to UNLV, the team that he made a national power? Big Monday presented by Bud Light right here on the Total Sports Network, ESPN. Look at this crowd. Thompson-Boling Arena. What's the seating, Nancy? This place seats 25,000. And so we have they sold 18,000. We don't have an official attendance record right now. But the fact that the building is so large, the largest on-campus arena, kind of loses sight of the fact that we have so many people in here.
And the attendance figures between both these two teams, whether it's in Nashville or Knoxville, it's always over 10, 11,000.
The miss by Gorsica. And the foul on a Lady Vol.
The reason why I think Jim Foster had that last timeout is because he sensed Tennessee was starting to get easy baskets on the inside.
Well, another timeout with Jim Foster's team still up by 6 with 7.5 left to go in this first half. Stay with us.
For years, ESPN has been working to improve sports for the fan.
This radioactive golf ball shows up 10,000 times brighter than a normal one. PGA champ Tommy Armour tries it out.
Though too toxic for tournament play, the bright ball did lead to a breakthrough in sports coverage. ESPN Net Sports Zone. Updated nearly 1,000 times an hour, it always has something new to make you a better fan. ESPN Net Sports Zone. Technology for you.
The results are in.
At least we'll be the loudest team.
College basketball's favorite wacky announcer scores on home video.
That's awesome, baby, when it comes to life.
Dick Vitale's Dreamtime Baby takes you center court where the blood pressure rises.
He's jamming and he's slamming.
And where college basketball history is made.
Jubilation City.
If you love basketball as much as Dick Vitale,
It doesn't get better than this, baby.
this video's for you.
Showtime. Hello.
Dick Vitale's Dreamtime Baby.
Back here in Thompson Bowling Arena, Robin Roberts along with Nancy Liebman-Klein. We're talking about this facility, the largest on-campus facility like this. And you see, it's a rivalry that has been seen by a lot of folks. In fact, in the last 17 games, 157,000 have witnessed this matchup, just averaging about 9,000. Had 12,000 last month. And I think we could break the record here today. Again, this is a 4 o'clock tip. People are working, school is in, and yet you have this kind of crowd. Amazing.
Well, and I would imagine that people will try and get out a little bit early and make their way, so we could have a even bigger second half crowd.
Commodores inbounding. Redmond looking inside. Vanderbilt showing a lot of patience.
Well, they run 3 out on the perimeter, 3 guards and 2 on the inside, and that allows Redmond to pretty much pick her spot.
All right, I'll shoot it, okay? I'll shoot it.
That is what they love to do. I would love to see the shooting contest at practice.
The biggest lead for Vanderbilt, 9. 28-29, 7 minutes left to go until the Lee Jeans halftime report.
Well, Tennessee now has to prove that they can stop the execution of the Vanderbilt offense because so far it has worked to perfection.
Abby Conklin too hard, battling for the rebound. Corsica comes up with it and sparks the fast break. Palmisano all by herself. Wow.
That's what happens when you're having to send 5 people to the glass and you don't get the rebound. You can see right there, Pat Summitt is not very happy.
And she now has, Palmisano has 12 points now.
See, the shot goes up and there's 5 people crashing, and all of a sudden Palmisano says, there's nobody out here. I don't have to shoot it from 3.
Paige Redmond was called with her second foul.
And I also think for Tennessee, that's a problem, especially like if Kelly Jolly's not in the game and you're trying to have point guard by committee. You forget that if you're Holtzclaw, you're the one who has to get back on defense.
Renee Laxton at the line misses the front end of a 1-and-1. Vanderbilt is now 4 for 4 from 3-point range.
See, this is the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde Vanderbilt team. Sometimes they are just unbelievable, and then you get them in the Georgia game or the Michigan State game, and you don't know where the team came from.
Respondek did not get rid of the ball in time. Violation to the Lady Vols ball.
The field goal shooting
has to be tremendous, as you see 55% for Vandy. Only 2 teams this year have shot over 50% against Vanderbilt, and that was Georgia in a win and Michigan State in a 32-point win earlier in the year.
And it goes down for Passion Thompson. Now, Jim Foster takes pride in the defense he puts out there.
Well, he does take pride in it because it's a very aggressive zone.
Lady Vols still down by 9. Pushing is the call on Hammond. So it's going to be the Lady Vols ball going back to the line. And a bonus situation now. That really stopped the momentum for the Commodores.
And I think also good substituting right now by Jim Foster. He takes the freshman Jennifer Holmes out. She was able to give Nashima Hillman a 2 or 3 minute blow. Then you get your starting 5 back in. And the chemistry's been good right now.
And so Kelly Jolly will go to the line, a 75% free throw shooter. And again, missing the front end of a 1-and-1.
I asked Jim today at practice, Rob, and I said, if you're in the locker room before the game and you're giving a pregame plan, do your kids really think they can beat Tennessee?
Well, Conklin comes through with the turnover. Great defense on Corsica. Vanderbilt's a very talented team. There's no reason why they think they can't contend with the Lady Vols. Passion Thompson and miss, but Shamika Holtzclaw there to clean up.
But that's what the penetration to the basket does. It breaks down your defense. It breaks down your rebounding schemes. And that's why weak side rebounders, if they're good, can get a lot of easy points.
Lady Vols within 7. Off the mark is Palmisano, and Thompson the rebound.
The chance for Tennessee to not only get their confidence back, but dwindle this lead yet another couple points.
Conklin has it tied up. It's going to be Vanderbilt's ball.
You know, Pat Summitt's on the bench thinking, okay, we need to have a good possession. And then you don't even get one pass into your offense.
Don't even get a look at the basket, really. But she has seen a lot in her 23 years. Nothing could surprise Pat Summitt.
Well, that's why the 4-minute and 51-second mark really doesn't mean that much to her, because she knows, both coaches know it's a 40-minute game.
And remember, last time they played, it was 45 minutes going into overtime, with Tennessee scoring 21 points in that overtime section.
Well, and Lori Milligan, who is not playing because of injury to her kneecap, scored 10 of those 21 in overtime.
And the Lady Vols with a steal and on the break. They'll pull it up. Misty Green will take it and come up short. Hillman battles it around, but comes up with it. Not the kind of shot you want.
I'm surprised the last couple of possessions that Tennessee has gone away from Shamika Holtzclaw, because if she has the ball, she can hurt you in a variety of ways, not just scoring, but passing.
4 minutes until halftime. Commodores by 7. Sloppy pass from Corsica, but a lucky break there with Misty Green not being able to control it.
This time, Vandy trying to run their motion high-low offense, and Corsica was making the pass from the high post. Watch this right here. Nice inside position. That has to be more of a lob pass to Hillman.
Again, Misty Green can't quite control it, and so it'll remain Vanderbilt's ball. They're up 30-23 with just under 4 to go, so come on back, y'all.
The good news is Little Caesar's Pizza by the Foot is big. That's also the bad news.
Guess what? The new Pizza by the Foot's so big there's something for everybody in here.
All right, let's eat.
Little Caesar's Pizza by the Foot with Stromboli. Nearly 3 feet of pizza with your favorite topping on each section and nearly a foot of our new Stromboli fold-over pizza. Just $10.99 carried out. Pizza.
After conquering Earth for 30 years, it was time to comfort it. Introducing the all-new Mitsubishi Montero Sport.
What are you doing? Forgot to shave.
A remarkably smooth-riding sport utility vehicle. The Montero Sport. It puts a new face on SUV comfort.
Not bad.
Hey, you missed a spot. The 1997 Montero Sport and Montero from Mitsubishi. Built for living.
Anything else?
No. Yes. No. Well, maybe. If you're not busy, maybe we can go get a cup of coffee.
Lee riveted. Cut to be noticed.
Team. Back here in Thompson Bowling Arena, Vanderbilt with the 30-23 advantage over the Lady Vols. And that's not easy to do on Pat Summitt's home floor. She has been simply a living legend in her time here at Tennessee. 20 consecutive 20-win seasons, 13 Final Four, and oh, by the way, 4 national championships. And that's a little bit intimidating looking up through the rafters here at Thompson Bowling and seeing the national championships, the last one coming on ESPN, 1996. Thrilling semifinal game against Connecticut and then beating the SEC rival Georgia in the final last year.
Pretty much what you're saying is it's Wooden-esque type numbers, what Pat Summitt's done. And let's not forget, she was a great basketball player. She was an Olympian.
Well, you played with her in 76.
We were Olympic teammates in 76. She was captain of that team that won a silver medal. She coached the 1984 team in
First
Los
gold medal
Angeles
for the U.S. Hillman with the miss. So you've played both for and against Pat Summitt.
We have, and I have learned quite a bit about the game of basketball from that woman right there.
Like you said earlier, she's still learning the game, and a very unpopular call right there by the officials. But it was Vanderbilt's ball, still a 7-point advantage. Getting a little bit sloppy heading into halftime.
That was one of the problems that Vanderbilt had in the tough loss to Georgia the other night, when they had tied their all-time low of only scoring 45 points. They had shot 29% from the field, and Jim Foster said it was one of the worst moments of execution offensively he had ever seen.
That was painful to see. That was Hammond for causing 12 turnovers by Vanderbilt. And they had to work in the second half to get it up to 29% against Auburn. Kelly Jolly, just nothing there, hitting the bottom of the goal. Hammond on the break, trying to get it away, but Tramiqua Holtzclaw comes through with it. And she just keeps that dribble alive, knowing something good is going to come her way.
Well, you have to kind of look at this on both sides. When Vandy got that last rebound, there were 4 Vanderbilt players ahead of the Tennessee players up the floor. That's not going to sit very well with Pat Summitt, transition defense not being there. And then Holtzclaw gets the ball back for Tennessee, and it almost looked like she dribbled into some traffic.
Holtzclaw, you see what she's been able to do in the first half. Hammond went out, and Lisa Ostrom coming back in for Vanderbilt.
She's a very special player, Tramiqua Holtzclaw. Came from New York City, played at Christ the King High School, a very storied high school program there. But to step in and night after night have to deal with the best defensive player being double and triple teamed. Great defense there.
Absolutely.
And Tennessee just turning it around quickly, and Nettie Respondek not seeing Kelly Jolly step in. That's a pass that Angela Gorsica would think twice about making, if she saw the replay, of course.
Well, with just about 3 to go in the half, and you're down by 5, it's an opportunity Lady Vols really needed.
I always say the last 5 minutes of the first half and the first 5 minutes of the second half are telltale.
That it is, and no basket. Tramiqua Holtzclaw called for the offensive foul, and the basket is called off, not to the delight of Pat Summitt and the crowd here.
Well, Holtzclaw has the basketball, makes a beautiful move against Ostrom, but right there, Hillman stepping in. It looked like she turned her body a little bit.
Got hit a bit in the throat there. Vandy has gone 4 minutes without a field goal, but yet they still lead by 5.
To give the Vanderbilt basketball team a lot of credit. They've had a lot of adversity this year, Robin. They've had injuries. You know that Katie Janke's supposed to play well and Ostrom, but Beth Offendorf goes out early. She's got bad knees. Candace Story tears her ACL.
Hillman can't get it to go down. Tough defense by the Lady Vols. And it's their ball.
the last couple of minutes, both defenses have cranked it up just a little bit tougher. Pressure on the ball, denial defense.
15 turnovers by the Commodores right now. Tiffany Johnson finally getting it in to Passion Thompson. Tennessee, keep going. They're going to make a run for it. 2.5 left to go. Passion Thompson! And she will go to the line.
And who delivers the pass but Shamiqua Holtzclaw, because when there's a tension on her, that gives her that one-on-one opportunity that time against Gorsica. See right there? You take away the help when you have Holtzclaw out top because they know they can't lead.
And Gorsica is called for her second foul, so she will go out. And Katie Janke will come in her place.
It's a great substitution right here because you take the defensive specialist Gorsica out of the game. And when you go down, you get the offensive player in Katie Janke.
And also going out is Shamiqua Holtzclaw and Abby Conklin coming in her place. Passion is playing like it's senior day.
Well, she and her buddy Abby Conklin, two great friends on this team, know that they're going to have to play well for Tennessee to win.
And Holtzclaw and Thompson have combined for the last 13 points for the Lady Vols. They're down by 2. They've been down by as many as 9.
The 2-3 zone right now by Tennessee.
And the monster three-point attempt by Redmond. And that's, believe it or not, within her range.
Well, Paige Redmond's range is probably where we're sitting, Robin.
The Commodores will get another chance at it. Under 2 to go. Janke off. And Thompson had the rebound, but bumped into Johnson, and it will remain the Commodores' ball. Break for Vanderbilt.
And that is why Katie Janke's in the game, because when you run that 4 out and 1 in, she can shoot a 3-point shot for a player that is 6'4".
Vandy cannot get one to go down. They have not gotten a field goal in just about 5 minutes this first half.
Now, Ostrom goes out because she's only taken 1 3-point shot on the year. You bring back Nettie Respondek, who loves a 3-point shot.
Hillman working on Thompson. And Thompson the rebound off the Hillman miss. They can tie it with a 2 and take the lead with a 3.
I would think that Tennessee would try and work the ball inside to either Passion Thompson or Tiffany Johnson because they have been successful getting the ball into the low post.
Tennessee has not led until very early in this game. And Vanderbilt went on a terrific run. And the turnover, Vanderbilt ball.
And they were trying to clear out for Passion Thompson down low, but I don't think they saw. I think that was Brene Laxton cutting baseline.
Under a minute to go.
Got to have your hands up, play big in a zone, 2-3 zone, a matchup by Tennessee.
Tennessee on a 9-0 run. In the lane is Hillman, and she's called for 3 seconds.
Super call by the officials. If not, Pat was standing there with her stopwatch going, that's 1.
She was reminding you. She was definitely reminding them. Still a 2-point advantage. Under a minute to go into the Lee Jeans halftime report. Chris Fowler standing by. Lots to talk about on the Lee Jeans halftime report. Shamiqua Holtzclaw. And also talk about the tournament. Yep, that's just right around the corner with 64 teams. Nancy Lieberman Klein will look into her crystal ball and tell us what 64. Well, maybe not all 64, but give us an idea of what we can expect. Abby Conklin off, but Misty Green there for the putback. And that ties it at 30-all.
The Vanderbilt defense never got back on that offensive rebound. I'm trying to wonder who they were boxing out.
Trying to hold it out. They can't take the last shot. About 2 seconds difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
Well, without a doubt, Uncle Mo momentum is back with the Lady Vols.
2 seconds on the shot clock. They're not going to get a shot off. Wow. They couldn't hold it for the last shot. To Chris a little out of sync there.
And that's your point guard's responsibility. That is Nettie Respondek making sure before that play was ever called that you know the time and you're barking it out to your teammates.
17 first-half turnovers by Vanderbilt, and yet they're in this game. Boy, are they. It's 30 all. But still, those costly mistakes. And the touchdown pass from Thompson to Elsie. She's going to be called for traveling. But that's fine. That ends the first half. Whoa! Anything can happen when Tennessee and Vanderbilt are on the court together. 30 all is the score at halftime. Chris Fowler back in the studios with the Lee Jeans halftime report. We got to take a break here, Chris. You take it.
Okay, Robin and Nancy. Yeah, take a breath. The first meeting goes to overtime. The second meeting tied at halftime. Coming up on our Lee Jeans halftime report, we'll get Nancy. She won't take a long break. We'll talk to her about the field of 64 and her favorites for the national championship. We'll also meet Shamiqua Holdsclaw, the sensational sophomore you're watching in the first half, reared in the playgrounds of New York City. All that coming up after this.
After conquering Earth for 30 years, it was time to comfort it. Introducing the all-new Mitsubishi Montero Sport.
What are you doing?
Forgot to shave.
A remarkably smooth-riding sport utility vehicle. The Montero Sport. It puts a new face on SUV comfort.
Not bad.
Hey, you missed a spot. The 1997 Montero Sport and Montero from Mitsubishi. Built for living.
I'm such an emotional person. Growing up, I didn't know how to express myself. You know, soccer and sports in general was always an avenue for me to express my emotions. When I score a goal, I celebrate. I mean, I go crazy. That's a moment in time that I think I'm contributing to something. And I feel good about myself.
Double Supreme? Yeah, I've tried it. It was good. Okay, really good. Somehow it seemed, well, bigger. But what really did it for me was the taste. So, who's gonna see this anyway?
Welcome back to our Lee Jeans halftime report. You know, there are some women's basketball observers, including her coach, who believe that Tennessee sophomore Shamiqua Holdsclaw may hold the title of best ever before she's done playing basketball. Of course, it's almost unfair to compare anybody, male or female, to Michael Jordan, but Shamiqua does wear number 23, and like Mike, did win a national championship in her freshman year. Linda Cohn has the story of Holdsclaw and her game that was built on the blacktops of the Big Apple.
I know that everybody's kind of just watching me and, you know, saying, what's Shamiqua Holdsclaw about?
You know, a lot of people compare her to Michael Jordan.
I kind of feed off the hype that everyone says about me. I mean, I feel if I can't live up to it, then I don't deserve it. You know, Coach Summit, I think she kind of realized it too, because she'll write me a letter before the game, and I'll go in my locker and I'll read it, and then I say, if she expects this from me, you know, I'm not going to disappoint her.
My job is to help her. I'll be the first to write her a note and encourage her, or write her a note and challenge her, because I truly believe that she has the abilities to be the best.
The roots of Shamiqua Holdsclaw's talent stems from the playgrounds of New York, where many blacktop legends hone their game.
It's about shake and bake, break you down, score, a lot of offense.
Do I see a little street ball in Shamiqua's game? Sure.
I have such a quick release, and I think I get that from the guys, having to shoot it really quick before they block your shot.
Shamiqua's crossover move is very quick. Sometimes you don't know when she's going to do it, but when she does.
Most people are very, like, close in here, but I got the long one. So if they go that way, I'm going to split them between the legs, shoot a jump shot.
When she go out and make a good move, or spin move, or, you know, cross somebody up, I mean, it gets the whole team emotionally excited.
Just knowing you've got a player that will make big plays and, you know, just with her style, it gives us all confidence.
I think in New York City, when you play, or any, you know, major city, when you play street ball, I think you just have to just go out there and say, you know, you're the best, that you're going to dominate. Because if you don't, you know, the guys talk trash and you'll be walking off the court crying, you know, going home. You just have to be really tough.
While the playground molded this current star, it also gave out her toughest lesson at age 11, not being accepted.
I tried out for this team. The next thing I noticed is that there's all these guys down there, and they're, like, staring at me. And we went through some drills and stuff, and whatever they said, I was cut. So they decided to make the team, basically because I was a girl. Well, about a year and a half later or so, I played on that team. I made the team, and I was the best player on that team. I told them they better recognize who they were guarding and D-up. My team, we were playing against the Ravenswood team, and we went out to play, and everybody was laughing because they had a girl on the team. But against that team, I scored like 30 points, I think. I was hot. This guy, I remember him saying, I can't guard her. His dad goes, she's a girl.
Whether she knew it or not, she was setting herself up for a great opportunity. She took her talents and she developed them. And the fact that it came on the playground should tell a lot of little boys and girls that the same can happen for you.
I've proven to back up what I say, so I believe it's all up to me. If I want to get it done, I'll get it done.
Number 23, Shamiqua Holtzclaw.
Of course, with the establishment of 2 women's pro leagues, you can get it done a little sooner. What a headache for women's coaches to have to think about players turning pro early. And we're not urging anyone to do that, but Shamiqua Holtzclaw is certainly as talented as anybody. 13 points of the Lady Vols, 30 in the first half so far. What about the Tennessee chances of defending that national title? We'll hear from Nancy Lieberman-Klein on the favorites for the Final Four coming up next.
This halftime report is presented by Lee Jeans.
Excuse me, do you have any change?
Let me check.
Lee riveted, but to be noticed.
When I need to stop heartburn, I want to block the acid that causes it, fast. So, which blocks acid faster? New Tagamet HB200. It has more acid blockers than Pepsid AC, so Tagamet works faster to block stomach acid. That doesn't mean it's stronger, just faster. And Tagamet's label says it prevents heartburn in half the time of Pepsid AC, and it lasts for hours.
New Tagamet HB200. More acid blockers help block acid faster.
Does everyone have email but you? AT&T can deliver it to you through the internet. AT&T. Nobody makes it easier to catch the wave.
Pizza Hut employee memo number 12. Deals. Now that you've gotten the hang of making our new pepperoni pizzas, we're going to really have some fun.
I'm afraid to ask.
We're going to start cutting deals.
Like a used car salesman?
We'll probably have to wear pinky rings.
The difference is these are good deals. $7.99 for a medium one-top pepperoni and $5 more for the second. So practice up on your sales pitch.
How about $7.99 for this beauty?
And I'll throw in a second for $5.
You were born to sell.
For 35 years, I did the sports in 4 minutes. Now you got this channel with breaking news, highlights, scores. You know, I was doing sports bloopers back then. But we used to call them goofy gaffes. Same garbage.
The brand new women's top 25, the top 3 are unchanged. Actually, 4 voters not voting Connecticut #1, despite the Huskies' undefeated record. North Carolina jumping into the top 5, dropping out of the top 5, and down to #7 is Louisiana Tech. Again, we see Tennessee at #8, tied at halftime with Vanderbilt. Well, Selection Sunday steamrolling toward us on the women's side of the draw, as well as the men's. We bring in now Nancy Lieberman-Klein. back from Knoxville to talk about the draw. Nance, first of all, give us your favorites to cut down the nets in Cincinnati.
Well, I think right now the clear-cut favorites to get to Cincinnati are Old Dominion, Stanford, and UConn. They have proven during the length of the season that they are definite contenders. And then you look at that last spot, and I think it's a variety of teams, whoever's playing hot. Could be Georgia, could be Alabama, could be UNC, or maybe even Tennessee or Vandy, depending who is playing well and what, the chemistry going well at the end of the season.
Yeah, I agree. It's almost impossible to overlook SEC teams. 15 years of this tournament, 9 years there have been SEC teams in the championship game. Twice it's been SEC against SEC. They just seem to beat each other up, though. This is Tennessee, 14 games against the top 20 teams. They're tournament tough, I think.
Well, I think that is one of the reasons why Pat Summitt schedules her team like that. She feels that we might have some early season losses, and it might not look as pretty on our record, but come March, when it's tournament time, Tennessee is usually ready to compete to get to the Final Four. And once they get there, it's been proven 4 times they've won it.
Shed some light, Nance, on the selection process. There are so many teams, when you look at the top 25 with rankings that are very, very similar. Obviously, in the men's draw, power ratings becoming more and more important. What about the women's side?
Well, I think right now you're seeing that the women's coaches are definitely looking at the RPI rating. You're seeing a better non-conference schedule because teams are having to go out and prove that not only can they beat top 25 teams, but they'll go out on the road and compete against those teams if you want to be one of the elite. And I think there's one RPI from a guy down in Virginia Beach, Richie Somerville. He takes your record is 25%. Your opponent's record is 50%. Your opponent's record is 25%. And that's how you get the RPI rating. And that's why you consistently get teams like Stanford, Tennessee, Old Dominion, North Carolina, Connecticut, Georgia, Vandy up at the top because they schedule people and they want to play the best teams in the country.
One thing that's great, though, I think this year, good for women's basketball, you don't have one of those top contenders for the national title hosting one of the regionals. To me, that's just a much fairer system. Nance, thanks. Look forward to seeing you come Selection Sunday.
Thank you. Look forward to it, Chris.
All right, coming up on our Lee Jeans halftime report, we'll update the situation from the NBA as we come back. Vandy and Tennessee tied at halftime at 30.
Thin? Get Thin. The new Space Saver Thin line by Proform. No other treadmill is like this. This thin, this sleek, this strong. So when you've reached the finish line pulls out of your way. So get Thin. The new Space Saver Thin line by Proform.
Thin line, motorized to keep you moving, cushioned to keep impact to a minimum, with motivational electronics that keep you on track. For free information or to order your Proform Space Saver Thin line, call the number on your screen now.
It's hard to think of something more important to a kid than their bike. That's why State Farm, along with the help of the good neighbor, sponsors the Bike Rodeo, just one of the many safety programs we support throughout the country. It's where we give kids a lesson in bike safety to help make sure their bikes are in good condition and to teach kids to ride more responsibly. Because at State Farm, we want to make sure children are safe no matter where their bikes take them.
State Farm is there.
We continue on the Lee Jeans halftime report. One NBA matinee. The Bullets starting to hit the mark. They've won 6 of 7. They got 18 from Strickland and 20 from Juwan Howard in the last-minute victory over the Bucks. The second half from Knoxville. Coming up, the Commodores and Lady Vols are tied.
Who do you love? Who do you love? Yeah, who do you love? Who do you love?
A
demonstration of the remarkable performance of the V8 Intech-powered Lincoln Continental. With a luxurious leather and wood-trimmed interior and amenities like a two-person memory profile system and six-way power seats, Continental can do 0 to completely spoiled in 4.5 seconds. The front-wheel drive Lincoln Continental.
We need to pray. Now, dear Lord...
I ain't no praying move, preacher. Now, colored folk just can't be running all the time. There comes a time when you got to defend your rights.
Because of a lie in the black town of Rosewood, the only way for the people to stand their ground, I need you to be strong, is to stand and fight. Director John Singleton, John Voight, Ving Rhames, Don Cheadle, Esther Roll, and Michael Rooker. Rosewood, based on a true story. Rated R. Starts Friday, February 21st.
You know, AT&T is making long-distance calls from home simple. And now, a guarantee. Guarantee? Yeah, okay. If you're not satisfied that their prices are competitive, you get a month of long-distance free.
Up to $100 worth.
Right.
I have AT&T. It's the best value.
They got the most powerful network.
Yeah. What if I call somebody? If you have any questions, just call them.
1-800-COMPARE.
I have a sister.
This is not the time.
AT&T quality, service, and guaranteed competitive prices, so you never have to worry about long-distance prices again.
ESPN's presentation of NCAA basketball is brought to you by Burger King, where you can get your burger's worth.
Live at Thompson Bowling Arena on the campus of the University of Tennessee. 30-all tie between the Commodores and the Lady Vols. Robin Roberts and Nancy Lynn Klein. Thanks for doing that break with Chris Fowler. I got to get a hot dog and get a little break in. I appreciate that.
Got mustard on your
lips.
lips.
Oh, sorry. But the 30-all tie shows you that it was, or indicates that it was a very close first half, as it was. But really, Vanderbilt dominated, and then the Lady Volunteers came back in the end of that first half. But what really put the Commodores out in front, that three-point shooting.
Well, they had great three-point shooting, especially with Paige Redmond. She did a nice job early on, making sure that she used good screens. And if you don't step up and go over the top of that, Paige Redmond is going to make you pay. But it's the All-American, and she's at home. Shamika Holtzclaw decided, Parmesano, I know you're a perfect 4-0, but I'm going to be a perfect shooter.
Finally falling.
Finally, and then she shows the other half of her game. Holtzclaw on the inside, giving Passion Thompson a chance to work one-on-one against Gorsica. And that's really what helped Tennessee get back in the game, the inside of Tennessee.
Passion Thompson, 9 first-half points, and you see the Nike first-half stats, and we'll show you that in length and a little bit later. But right now, we're beginning the second half. Vanderbilt controlling the ball to open the second half, 30-all. Gorsica quickly drawing the front of the iron, but Paige Redmond is there. And Thompson, the rebound off the Redmond miss.
Pretty interesting that Angela Gorsica would come out and take the first shot of the second half.
Abby Conklin in the lane, giving the Lady Vols their first lead. Or actually, they did have the lead very early in the first half.
Abby Conklin getting the start again because it's senior day. She is a great scorer, only had 2 points at halftime.
Keeping the ball alive is Nettie Respondent.
Nettie is a very deceptive player. She's got long arms and good speed, and she loves to slash to the basket. The pride of Texas.
It's tied again. I think we're going to be saying that a lot. It's going to go back and forth down to the wire. Keep in mind the first meeting went to OT. Misty Green in the lane, off the back of the rim. Thompson, the rebound. And they're going to call it a jump ball. And the possession arrow in favor of the Lady Vols. As you take a look at the Nike first half stats and you see the field goal percentage, actually they shot better from three-point range than they did from the floor, and the rebounding advantage in favor of Vanderbilt.
Well, what hurts Vanderbilt is that they only had 26 shots in the first half and they had 17 turnovers. That is a possible 34 points, Robin. They never got a chance to get into their offense with.
Off the miss, it's Redmond going to length on the floor. That's a big-time play.
It's a big-time play because Nashima Hillman ran the floor and made Passion Thompson make a choice, and she chose to go with Hillman.
And coming back the other way quickly, Shamika Holtzclaw spinning and converting.
That's a prime-time move right there by Holtzclaw. Prime-time.
Oh, we got a shootout going here. Responding for the Commodores.
I was waiting for you to use that.
nothing but netty responding. There's so many. It's just too easy for layup. You know, Palmisano's not the only 4-0 in the building. Robin Roberts, always working. 2-point advantage for Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt going with their man-to-man defense in the second half. I thought it was pretty successful for them to change up against Tennessee like that.
Palmisano with the rebound. Hillman looking for somebody. She thought someone was going to be behind her. Thompson wasn't there, so she simply took it to the basket.
That is not going to sit very well with Pat Summitt. The fact that Passion Thompson does not know where Hillman is with the basketball.
It's a 4-point advantage again for the Commodores. Hillman over the top, comes up with a steal. Quickly gets down floor and gets the ball. It's knocked away, and an offensive foul is called on Hillman.
Watch Nettie Respondic right here. See, if you don't turn around on defense, that's just a little too late, Passion, because Respondic is already by you, and then Holtzclaw said, I'm going to one-up you down at the other end, and she just spins right off of Paige Redmond and finishes.
And Mishima Hillman was called with her second foul. Her team up by 4. The Lady Vols with the ball.
You know, Pat Summitt had said to me a couple games ago that Vandy played quite a bit of man-to-man defense against her team. And then in the last game, it was strictly 2-3 matchup. But so far, Vandy looking good in their man.
Tiffany Johnson going strong against Gorsica, drawing the foul. And that's her third foul for Jim Foster. And so Tiffany Johnson will go to the line, 76% free throw shooter.
And now you have to think, you go to your assistant coaches and you start thinking about fouls and how much time does Lisa Ostrom have? How much did she play in the first half?
And Janke waiting to come back in for Gorsica with her 3 fouls. We'll have to take a seat. Thompson the second of 2.
And there's a trade-off. You get more offense with Katie Janke,
right,
and you get more defense and help with Gorsica.
Vandy still with a 2-point advantage. Keep in mind, Vanderbilt has never won a game here in Knoxville, Tennessee. 0-11 in this series.
You have to think that it's going to happen eventually. If you're Pat Summitt, you don't want eventually to be today.
Misty Green comes up with the turnover. And Jolly going hard to the basket and draws the foul.
Tennessee doing a great job defensively. Watch right here. Look at the pressure. That's your post player all the way out there, Tiffany Johnson, just all over the ball handler.
And so Kelly Jolly at the line. It's hard to believe in October she underwent reconstructive surgery, blew out her ACL, and came back in January.
Well, Robin, you're absolutely right. It's almost 3 months to the day, and back in November while the team was practicing, she's rollerblading.
Amazing.
Straight ahead rollerblading. Plus the first surgery, they had a cadaver ligament put in her knee.
Palmisano again for 3.
Michelle Palmisano, if she has the basketball, make her shoot off the dribble because that's not what she's good at.
What isn't Shamiqua Holtzclaw good at? Another basket for her.
She's good at stopping your momentum.
She now has 17 in the game.
Misty Green has got to know that if Palmisano gets her feet set, she is a very good shooter. You make Palmisano and you make Respondic shoot off the dribble.
Passion Thompson called for the foul, but her teammate Shamiqua Holtzclaw has the Lady Vols right in the thick of things.
Billy, how did you know when I was coming home?
Well, I just figured it was a half an hour from the airport. 10 minutes to get your luggage, 4-hour flight. And then there was, what, 18 months to get your graduate degree, 4 years for your undergraduate. And, you know, when you factor in the leap year, Daylight savings time.
Lee jeans.
Snow days.
The brand that fits.
Nighttime's the worst time for my heartburn. If I don't block the stomach acid fast, I don't sleep. So which blocks the acid faster? New Tagamet HP 200. It has more acid blockers than Pepsid AC. So Tagamet works faster to block acid. That doesn't mean it's stronger. It's just faster. And it lasts for hours. So I can get to sleep.
New Tagamet HB 200. More acid blockers help block acid faster.
Does everyone have email but you? AT&T can deliver it to you through the internet. AT&T. Nobody makes it easier to catch the wave.
When I bite into a York peppermint patty, I get the sensation I'm leading a team of huskies across the Arctic tundra. The distant glacier sparkle as the cold, crisp air tickles my lips. Mush, you huskies, mush!
York peppermint patty. Get the sensation.
Pat Summitt having a little powwow with her powerful staff. Mickey DeMoss, Holly Warlick, and Al Brown. Take some of the pressure off of her, Pat said. You know, in the timeout, you saw them talking amongst themselves before going to the team. And staff that easily could be going somewhere else as head coaches, but have stayed here. Holly and Mickey have both been here 12 years.
Brown right there.
And his second year, but he has 18 years of experience coaching.
Holly Warlick was an Olympian, played here at Tennessee, was a three-time All-American. First athlete to have her jersey retired.
22, number 22.
One of the great point guards in women's college basketball.
That's saying a lot coming from Nancy Lieberman-Klein. Not bad yourself. 15 and a half left to go. 10 seconds on the shot clock. And another turnover, costly turnover, number 20 in the game for Vanderbilt.
All right, I just want to know what Jim Foster said to Nettie Respondic in the locker room at halftime, because either she's eating something because she has come out here and taken control and been so aggressive.
And the break, LZ on the break, runs it down, gives it to Shamiqua. That extra pass, just not there, kicked, remained the Lady Vols ball. And boy, turnovers, 20. Now they're averaging 18. It's really still high, but 20 with still 15 minutes and 15 seconds left to go in this game.
Usually when you have a game like that, you have 20 turnovers against a team of this level, you're either being blown out or you're just playing bad basketball. Even though there's 20 for Vandy, they're winning, and they're playing against Tennessee.
Nettie Respondic called for her second foul there. Holtzclaw off glass.
Shamiqua Holtzclaw told me before the game, I said, where's the headband? She says, after we lost, I decided I'm not going to wear it again until we lose again, so I might never put it on.
Paige Redman in and out. Yes, it was her trademark to wear the headband.
I said, was it the hairstyle or was it the superstition? You got to come clean.
Oh, what, a ball player superstitious? Never.
But, of course, then for a couple games, Abby Conklin started going to the headband look.
Abby Conklin was going with cornrows for a celebration of Black History Month. Decided not to do it on Senior Day. And Hillman still can't get it to go down. And a lucky break for the Lady Vols, knocked out by Janke.
Tennessee very aggressive. I thought in the first half that Vandy just took it to Tennessee's defense. You know they're going to be very physical, but it was like, who's going to blink first?
No, I sound like a broken record. It's tied, 41 all. The blocking foul on Hillman. Kelly Jolly keeping the dribble alive, going hard to the basket.
How fortunate for Tennessee is it that Kelly Jolly was able to come back and play? With Lori Milligan subsequently going down, Lori was the starting point guard. She was averaging 8.5 points a game. Tennessee is very fortunate that this young lady has made that quick a recovery.
Remarkable. Jennifer Holmes coming in for Hillman, who drew her third foul.
And really, more importantly, for Tyler Summitt, Pat's son, Kelly Jolly is his favorite player. So you got to have priorities.
And when you're 6 years old, easy to get those pressures like that. And she makes them both. 2-point advantage for the Lady Vols. 14 and a half left to go in this ball game, folks. I find it very ironic that Tennessee has gone to the 2-3 matchup and Vandy has gone to the man-to-man defense.
Palmisano trying to get a look at the basket. Oh! Respondent call for traveling.
Give Elsie credit for closing out on the perimeter. Much better perimeter defense, especially in the second part of the season for Tennessee.
And the 21st turnover for Vanderbilt. Taking a timeout with Tennessee leading 43-41.
Robin, you're just seeing more and more injuries, not just for one team. Look at that right there for Vanderbilt. We talked about, you know, you're going to lose your seniors. Those are the players that you don't want to lose, and especially Beth Ostendorf, because she's so good off the dribble. And then for Tennessee, you look at what they've had during the season, and those are key players.
Key players indeed, and again, Ostrom can only play about 18 minutes in this game because of the stress fracture. Milligan, the big blow, though, for the Tennessee Lady Vols, and Pat Summitt said, you know, get us to the tournament. At one point, they were a little concerned if they would make it to the tournament or not, or be able to get enough wins, but they picked up number 20 against Auburn the other night. But not having Milligan, a big blow to their offense.
I agree with you. I really think it hurts them. But Tennessee, a year ago, February 15th, picked up their 20th win, and February 15th of this year, they picked up their 20th win.
10 seconds on the shot clock. Jolly from way downtown. Lease hit the backboard. Thompson with the putback, nothing doing. And finally, it's Palmisano coming away with it, and she is fouled by, I believe, Tiffany Johnson. Costly turnovers, and look what that has meant in points, Nance.
Well, the turnovers right there that Vandy's had at the half, 10 of those were actual steals by Tennessee. And when you get outright steals, in many instances, it leads to baskets. Jim Foster will not be pleased about that, but it's not easy to play in this building, and Vandy knows that.
Indeed, Tiffany Johnson was called for the foul.
But he stressed a point to his team, Robin, which I think is pretty interesting. He said, you know what? Stanford came in here, and they had never won in this building either. And they walked out of here winning. So it can happen.
It can happen for Corsica with a turnaround. Tied at 43. As we approach the 13-minute mark of this game.
Much better adjustment in the second half by Tennessee against the Vanderbilt press, using Passion Thompson in the middle to handle the ball.
Holtzclaw is fouled by Respondek. She now has 3. So Vanderbilt starting to get into a little bit of foul trouble. In the first game, Sharifa Holtzclaw was the one last month at Vanderbilt, got into foul trouble and was not able to be as effective. So Respondek will come out with her 3rd foul.
And if you have a healthy Lisa Ostrom, you think, well, it doesn't matter because she's such a good player on the perimeter. She reads situations within the offense. But with her foot being as sore and tender as it has been, you really don't know what you're going to get from her.
One for one of 2 for Shaliqua, who's reached her season average already with 20 points.
It's a great matchup at the point guard. Elsie against Paige Redmond. Elsie using her speed and quickness.
And too hard by Jennifer Holmes, but Corsica is able to come up with it. Holtzclaw with the turnover. Oh, Elsie doing a good job of filling the lane.
Gorgeous, gorgeous pass by Kelly Jolly. And that is just instinctive, knowing and hoping you got somebody filling.
Wow. Textbook stuff right there. And another turnover. Holtzclaw on the break. Pulls up. Off to Elsie again and too hard. And Jennifer Holmes comes away with a lot of bodies falling underneath the basket.
Really unfortunate play by Elsie because Holtzclaw, watch her right here, head is up. She sees where the defense is, passes it over to Jolly, and then Elsie with the nice finish. They get the other fast break, and Elsie misses the little bunny underneath.
So a break there for the Commodores.
Well, because then it becomes 48-43. Tennessee has a tremendous amount of momentum. This way the Commodores get a good set, or a good possession, I should say.
46-43 instead. They're still down by 3, the Commodores. Approaching the 12-minute mark. Still plenty of time. Ostrom is fouled going to the basket.
Lisa Ostrom is very difficult to guard. I don't care how good a defender you are. She's got a quick first step. She can shoot the outside. See, she's waiting. She's setting up. Holt's claw right there with Gorsica coming. And then she just takes that swing dribble through baseline side.
James Holtzclaw called for her 3rd foul. 14 foul for Tennessee. Jennifer Holmes, the freshman, has it almost stolen by Thompson.
Your Tennessee defense see the basketball. Abby Conklin didn't see the ball
and fouled Lisa Ostrom. Definitely she was out of position.
That is a very good call by the officials because you have to see player and see ball.
Well, we're going to take a TV timeout with the Tennessee Lady Vols leading by 3.
Once upon a time, 3 girls went to Rocksteady for a pickup game.
Yo! We got next.
Lisa's a center, Cheryl's a forward, Dawn is a point guard.
Shoot that, Cheryl. Take the jumper, Lisa. We'll take that. Good game. That's the next one.
And this isn't a fairy tale, so they didn't beat every guy. But they beat enough to say, basketball is basketball, athletes are athletes.
Pizza Hut employee memo number 2, the new pepperoni. You're looking at the future of Pizza Hut. No, not the kid, the pepperoni.
The new pepperoni.
And there's just never been a pepperoni like this. We've reinvented the thing. It's meatier and crispier than ever before. In fact, it's so good, we suggest you cook up a batch of it and try it yourselves. That way, when someone says, hey, is this the best pepperoni you've ever had or what? You can look them right in the eye and say,
yeah.
Yeah. Making it great, again and again.
The last meeting between Tennessee and Vanderbilt last month in Nashville. The game went into overtime thanks to Paige Redmond's big 3-pointer right there. But in OT, it was all UT.
And Lori Milligan.
Yes.
10 of the 21 points for Pat Summitt's Lady Vols.
And it was their 25th win over Vanderbilt. They lead the series 25-4. But Lori Milligan not available for Pat Summitt. Shaniqua Holtzclaw still out. She has 3 fouls. Her team up by 3. You see just under 12 to go.
Never changes her expression.
No.
Always calm.
Never too high, never too low.
The city girl. She's from New York. You can
respect that, I'm sure. New Yorker.
The word would be homegirl.
Inside to Jennifer Holmes, but she's called for traveling. Remember, she's just a freshman, seeing a lot of time, though. She's averaging like 13 minutes in a game and scoring like 3 points, 5 rebounds in that short period of time.
And, Robin, it was also a smart play by the senior Passion Thompson. She allowed her to get the ball, then backed off her.
Another foul is called. Lisa Ostrom now has 3. So Jim Foster has to be a little bit concerned about the foul situation.
And those are the fouls that you hate to get on your team up in the front court where it's not in the context of Tennessee going to the basket.
And that puts the player on the line, too, in a bonus situation.
Well, not only that, but it stops the clock, allows you to set your defense, and you know Tennessee's going to have some sort of pressure.
Jennifer Holmes comes out. LZ at the line. As Ostrom takes a seat as well with her 3rd foul. Cara Elzy, only the 3rd Lady Vol freshman to start the season, first game.
A couple notables there who've done that also. Bridget Gordon, the All-American, the Olympian, and Shamikwa Holtzclaw.
Heard of those players?
Well, they're new in the game, Robin.
Redmond keeping it alive, but she has it stolen by Laxton. And Redmond almost coming from behind. They forgot about her. And it's flying out of bounds at the other end. They forgot she was coming up for it.
And plus, it is so loud that you really can't hear on defense to help each other.
Abby Conklin has it partially blocked by Corsica. Goes after LZ, in and out. Patton Thompson is there. The block by Corsica again. And finally, Hillman comes away with it. So what you were talking about in the first half of Corsica, my goodness, with those blocks and that kind of defense.
That's why she's so important down there on defense. But I think Tennessee doing a much better job offensive rebounding.
That's helped them enjoy their biggest lead in this game by 5 points and steps. Yes, another turnover by Vanderbilt. They now have 26 in the game. Their season high is 27 in that loss to Michigan State earlier in the year. And you hear the appreciative crowd here at Thompson Bowling Arena. It's been Tennessee here in the second half. They lead by 5. Still plenty of time in this ball game, so come back, y'all.
I cannot live another day without air conditioning.
Says tomorrow's gonna be hotter.
Hotter?
Like yesterday.
Yesterday? Yesterday you said you'd call Sears.
I'll call today.
You call now.
I'll call now.
Now's the time to call Sears for a free in-home estimate on installed central air conditioning. A Sears air conditioning professional will come to your home and complete a free energy savings consultation. You'll learn how to choose the best system for your home's special needs and how state-of-the-art engineering means greater energy efficiency. A new Kenmore could save 10 to 44% on your annual cooling costs. In time, even pay for itself. Sears also offers fast emergency installation, plus our satisfaction guarantee. Don't wait. Call for your free in-home estimate and energy savings consultation. There's absolutely no obligation, so call Sears now.
So what's the paper say about tomorrow?
Another scorcher.
Cool.
Between fire and ice.
Everything points to an imminent eruption on Angel Summit.
Night and day.
Angel Summit shakes all the time. It doesn't mean anything.
Life and death.
Something bad is coming, and God help us if we don't get out of its way.
Nature is about to wage a war that will blow you away. Volcano, Fire on the Mountain, Sunday on ABC TV.
Oh, my God.
As we have come to expect, close game between Vanderbilt and Tennessee. Lady Vols by 5. It's appropriate that we play 2 on the Deuce tomorrow. Have Providence and Rutgers going at it at 7:30, followed by Temple and Virginia Tech at 9:30. Doubleheader on the Deuce tomorrow. Still plenty of time left to go in this ball game, Nance.
There is plenty of time, but it seems to me that Tennessee came out of the locker room, changed their defense, went to a 2-3, which really looks like a 1-1-3, which matched up on the shooters and took away the inside, and they've been very successful. When's the last time you saw Vandy hit a three-point shot? It's been a while.
It's been a while. Good defense there by Hillman and Vanderbilt to tie up Abby Conklin. See the second point chances. 11 for Tennessee.
Tennessee coming out of this timeout, going man-to-man, switching their defenses.
Off the foot of respondent. She's pleading her case, but yet the 27th turnover nonetheless.
Sally Bell says, hey, I didn't do the ball off my leg.
That's you. I just calls them like I sees them.
But the good thing about the defense of Tennessee is that if Nettie Respondic is going to dribble down low, they're going to cut her off not only with the trap, but with the baseline as well.
Under 10 to go now. Still a 5-point lead for Tennessee. Looking to add to it on this possession. 8 seconds on the shot clock. So Conklin will put it up and put it down.
Penetrating picks. What you're seeing in women's basketball right now, penetrate, draw people, and great shooters, all they have to do is spot up.
Tennessee's biggest lead, 7 points.
Abby Conklin is just playing a career basketball at this stage of her game right now. Great defense, solid offense. It's the best she's ever played, Pat Summitt said.
And that's Angela Gorsica coming through for Vanderbilt, cutting the lead back to 5. And the turnover this time by the Lady Vols. Palmisano has been very quiet here in the second half. Respondek will put it up hard off the back of the rim, but Palmisano gets the rebound. Inside to Hillman. And it's not working outside, go inside. Hillman is the team's second leading scorer. Just over 12 a game.
And for Vandy, they had to replace about 36 points a game when Laura Cunningham and Cherie Sam, the All-American, graduated. Sam averaging 21 points a game. That's hard to replace.
Thompson called for traveling. Yes, indeed, that is difficult to replace. Thompson called for traveling. Shamiqua Holtzclaw coming back in. Laxton taking a seat.
See the penetration right there? Drew Page Redmond, and that allowed Abby Conklin, a great outside shooter, shooting about 34% from 3, to get a clean look at the basket.
She's second on the team in scoring, just over 12 a game. And it's Vandy still down by 3 with the ball.
I mean, I've seen her have incredible games. They played Texas Tech earlier in the year. She was 6 for 11 from 3, setting a school record and a record for herself.
And the call is made away from the ball. And it's called on Kyra Elsie.
Kyra says,
I'm not sure exactly what I did.
I'm a freshman. I get no respect.
That's just her first foul. Tennessee's 16th foul, though.
Now you're going to see a little bit of a different look on the court with Danielle Lewis, 43, a junior for Vanderbilt. She adds a lot of speed, quickness, and explosiveness.
Well, first of all, the officials were saying it was Tennessee's ball, but then there was correction saying, no, it's Vanderbilt's ball. Take another look at this.
Redmond trying to get the ball inbounds to Janke.
And Elsie clearly did tip it. So good call there by the official.
Well, in this crowd, you better make a good call or your life's
inside to Corsica. And the Commodores making a run. They're down by 1. Keep in mind, both teams now in the bonus with 8 to go. Holtzclaw has a block by Corsica, but Stevens is there. LaShonda Stevens, the freshman, at 6'3".
That's what breaks your back if you're Vanderbilt. They played great defense. They came out of the pressure. They block a shot, and then Stevens picks up the garbage.
And almost picks up the steal, but instead the foul. A little happy there, just a little happy.
This is a big lineup with Janke and Corsica, and this time Paige Redmond is able to find Corsica underneath the basket. Somebody missed their assignment, and it looks like that might be Tiffany Johnson, who got caught looking at the ball.
And that was a good job of getting it over Stevens because she's 6'3". So that was an excellent pass.
Well, when you're going 6'3", and then your hands to your receiver are 6'7", and you got to put the ball up there by the rim.
Janke, a 78% free throw shooter. And that's someplace, a place where Vanderbilt has been struggling, and that's from the line this season. 7.5 left to go. The Lady Vols by 3.
If I'm Shamiqua Holtzclaw, I've got to find the side where I can operate against Paige Redmond and use my height and my strength against her.
Elsie doing a good job of picking up the foul against Danielle Lewis.
And now Vanderbilt, they realize they've got some matchup problems right here. And it's a good substitution because Paige Redmond cannot guard Shamiqua Holtzclaw.
Janke going out, and Corsica coming in her place. Elsie at the line. She has 4 in the game. Just a 57% free throw shooter. And this is the front end of the 1-and-1. And free throw shooting could be critical in this game.
Well, it will be critical because teams win or lose basketball games that are tight on the line. Tennessee shoots 70% from the line, 72%, and Vandy shoots only 61% as a team.
Palmisano doing a good job, but Hillman has it stripped by Elsie, and Elsie then picks up the foul. Foul by Palmisano.
How about a scary thought here for Tennessee, Robin? In another year, Kristen Clement, Tamika Catchings, Teresa Jeter, who's here today watching, and Samika Randall will be in the lineup for Tennessee, along with Elsie and Butts and Milligan and Holtzclaw.
Of course, those names were the freshmen that will be coming in next year for Tennessee, All-Americans. And missing the front end of the 1-and-1 is Elsie. Yet again. So yes, the future, not that the president is that bad for the Lady Vols, but the future is definitely bright. As Respondek is too hard. Scramble for the basketball, won by Vanderbilt and Hillman. Good job by Danielle Lewis.
This is an interesting lineup because with Danielle Lewis, she's not a three-point shooter. And I think that if she can penetrate and pitch to somebody like Respondek or Palmisano, it'll make them better.
Good hands by Tiffany Johnson on Gorsica. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Palmisano goes strong. Too hard. Johnson the rebound. No, you go.
Okay. Well, Tennessee, I was going to say, they do a great job of getting their hands in the passing lane. Even if they don't steal the ball, they deflect a lot of passes.
I was going to say that.
And it disrupts your offense.
I was going to say that.
But you knew that.
Tennessee by 3. Under 6 to go. Kelly Jolly off to Elsie. The putback has it blocked by Hillman. Whoa! Aggressive play there by Nashima Hillman.
Oh, that's a great play. I mean, I would have thought that Nashima Hillman by now would take her game to the next level. She's got all the physical tools.
And the foul is called.
What's the junior right here? Another offensive rebound by Tennessee. No, Kyra. A great block by Nashima Hillman.
And it's Redmond called for the foul. You talk about Hillman, she had a great freshman year. She was all SEC freshman team, a unanimous choice. Had a baby in the summer, could not really work out, was never really returned to her form her sophomore year. Came back now in the best shape of her life, really, and is really playing good ball.
Well, she realizes that she's a junior, and I have some responsibilities as a junior. And I also think it's kind of neat that her mom, very much in her corner. Mom is at the game today with her son, and her mother played basketball at Cleveland State, so you know Mom is the biggest critic, Gail.
And like you said, they're both here. Vanderbilt still down by 1, 52-51. Less than 5.5 left to go in this game. Conklin, strong to the basket and converts.
If you're Abby Conklin and you have Angela Gorsica high post, take her to the rack.
A 3-point advantage now for Tennessee, and time becoming a factor as we approach the 5-minute mark.
See, I don't see why Hillman doesn't look for her own shot because she's got a nice shot.
She heard you.
Thank you.
And that she does. Not a bad call there, Nance. 54-53. Tennessee, the 1-point advantage with the ball. And the steal! But Holtzclaw gets it back and is called for traveling. Can't quite do that.
You know what? Nettie Respondek has very long arms. It is very difficult to cross over on her because she gets them down there and she gets them in the lane where you put the crossover.
Jim Foster has been through the wars in this series. His team down by 1, but they have the ball and can take the lead with a basket. Palmisano off the back. Gorsica, though, is there. Great position, but Abby Conklin gets it back.
That is exactly what Danielle Lewis is in the game for, to penetrate and pitch to one of the 3-point shooters of Vandy.
Oh, bad pass there by Shamika Holtzclaw, who clearly says that was my bad. And gives the ball right back to Vanderbilt. They're down by 1, 4:11 left to play in this thrilling rivalry. Come on back, y'all.
State Farm presents the rules of the game.
Traveling is a point of emphasis. In this play, would you call traveling on the offensive player as she moves around the defense?
Rick Davis is really a blessing to us just to know him. He's a strong family man.
Hello, this is Rick. How can I help you?
He makes you feel as if you already know him, even when you meet him for the first time.
Last year, we had all of our camera equipment stolen. I told him, don't worry about a thing. We'll handle it for you. That's exactly what he did. You feel as though he cares about your claim and that he's on your side.
It's wonderful to see someone who's very committed to helping other people.
It's all part of being a State Farm agent, and that's what I love.
Our topic is traveling. When we evaluate traveling, a player may step and lift her pivot foot as long as her pivot foot does not return to the floor again before she releases the ball. This is legal.
Rules of the Game has been brought to you by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Back here in Thompson Bowling, Tennessee with a 1-point advantage over Vanderbilt. And as you close in on the goalpost, a subtle reminder of what they've been able to do with that 4 national championships. You think it's there for a reason, Nancy?
Absolutely. It's there to motivate Tennessee and make sure the opponents remember and have some respect.
Motivate them, intimidate the opponents. And Pat Summitt, Jim Foster, he knows every time he comes here it's going to be a war. They have yet to win in Knoxville. Their only win coming in the '95 SEC Tournament Championship game.
Well, you would think the way that Vanderbilt can play defensively, they're 5th in the nation in defense field goal percentage, so that could help them win a game like this.
Too hard by Corsica. Shamiqua Holtzclaw the rebound. Still, anything can happen at this point. A 1-point advantage for Tennessee. Johnson working on Corsica. And Corsica tips it to Palmisano on the break. 2-on-2.
Smart play by Palmisano to set it back out. It gives her a chance for a shot.
And she's still been cold here in the second half, but the rebound by Corsica off the Palmisano miss. And Hillman gets the bounce.
Well, taking the outside shot makes defense come out on you, and that's why Hillman was one-on-one by herself under the bucket.
Vanderbilt with the lead and the block by Corsica. But instead, they're going to say, jump ball, possession arrow in favor of Tennessee.
That's a huge play right there for Tennessee because it looked pretty much like a clean block. I mean, that's not a held ball. That is a block and a recovery for Vanderbilt.
Misty Green the miss, Corsica the rebound, so Vanderbilt does get it indeed. They have a 1-point lead. Danielle Lewis working on Holtzclaw, too short. Not a confident shot.
Probably not the shot that Vanderbilt was looking for with 2:50 to go on the clock.
And a 1-point lead.
I would say that Danielle Lewis probably has 1 or 2 possessions left before more of an offensive player like Paige Redmond comes back into the basketball game.
Misty Green working on Palmisano, in and out, but Tiffany Johnson, a good offensive rebound.
Johnson just spun off of Corsica because Corsica went to help out on the shot by Green.
Tennessee back on top by 1.
Tennessee living with their zone defense, the matchup zone in the second half.
Inside, Hillman spinning, but she's called for traveling.
What the zone does, it takes away the middle because you have a lot of help around you, but it matches on your shooters on the perimeter.
And indeed, Danielle Lewis coming out with a more offensive-minded Paige Redmond for Jim Foster. Left to go in this game.
Boy, it helps, Robin, when you have your 4 and 5 players who can handle the ball and take the pressure off you on the full court press.
Not a bad, that's quite a luxury. a foul. That's her fourth.
Abby Conklin is very lucky because she didn't look off her pass and she threw it into traffic. It's a good thing. Watch here with the tenacity that Passion Thompson goes for the ball. I mean, you want a post who's saying, give me that thing, get off me.
And so Passion Thompson goes to the line with 9 points, 10 rebounds, and the fourth foul on Nashima Hillman.
Passion Thompson playing pretty well, tied a season high. She had 13 points in the Auburn game the other day.
She is it's hard for me to say this, the first recruit from Mississippi. I always thought I would be the first one, but no. She's the first recruit by Pat Summitt to come from Mississippi and play here for the Tennessee Lady Vols, and she's given the Lady Vols a 3-point advantage. Elsie comes back in. Misty Green going out.
Now you're starting to see the chess match. You want to have your good foul shooters on the floor if you're Tennessee and if you're Vanderbilt.
And keep in mind, both of these teams not that great when it comes to free throw shooting.
Well, Tennessee now much better. They shoot 72%. That's not bad. But 61 will kill you.
That it will.
And that's Vandy.
And that is Vandy. And Vandy is down by 3.
I started out playing with the guys. I mean, I wasn't always accepted because you get criticized. Like, you need to be in the kitchen somewhere, go put on a skirt. And I was going to show them that I belong here as well as they do. Some people say, like, you don't play like a girl. And, I mean, what does a girl play basketball? You know, you play basketball, you play basketball.
The 280 horsepower Lincoln Mark 8. Tempted?
Northwest has a network that will take me any place I need to go. That might be Boston one day and Beijing the next. Deanna, they say to me, some people just know how to fly. Go fly.
Well, at the beginning of the game, I said, buckle up, folks. I meant it. A 3-point advantage for Tennessee with 1 minute and 38 seconds left to go in this game.
Okay, now why is Pat sitting on the stool when all the players have been up and down the floor?
I didn't want to go there. 29 turnovers by Vanderbilt. That's really been the difference. And Palmisano had 12 first-half points, only 3 here in the second half.
Well, they certainly, Tennessee, have done a better job with perimeter defense, shutting down the outside and making Vanderbilt work for every possession.
And Vanderbilt in possession of the ball, down by 3. They can tie it with one of their patent 3-point shots.
So you have to give Vanderbilt's defense a lot of credit. They're the reason why this game is only 3 points.
Remember the last time they met, Paige Redmond hit that big 3. Oh, clutch basket there by Hillman.
Coaches love calling timeout, writing a play on the little crayon board, and having it executed. That wins you brownie points.
Still Tennessee with a 1-point lead. Holtz clock keeps it alive, has the block, but Elsie there for the putback.
But that's the presence of Shamika Holtzclaw. The dribble breaks down the defense.
Is it going to be deja vu all over again? Remember the same situation a month ago, down by 3, and Vandy hit a 3-point shot to put it into overtime.
13 on the shot clock for Vandy. Still plenty of time to get a good shot.
Forced to come a turnaround. It's still a 1-point lead, though, for Tennessee.
Tennessee could use some of this.
They'll have to foul. They'll have to foul. And Hillman does, but not Hillman. She had 4 fouls.
See, that is just...
Oh, so she fouls out, giving away a foul like that.
First of all, you let 7 seconds off the 30-second clock. You should foul immediately. And you've got to know, I've got 4 fouls. I can't be the one to foul.
But she felt that she had to do something because precious time was coming off the clock. And so she will have to leave.
ball is scored by Vandy, you've got to find somebody and foul somebody, and that should have been Nettie Respondek all over Elsie.
Yeah. What? And she leads the game with 12 points. Janke coming in.
Yeah, but who has been hot down the stretch? It was Nashima Hillman.
Absolutely.
Who has been everything offensively for Vanderbilt.
Going out with 12 points and 7 rebounds. Thompson so cool from the line.
76% foul shooter, and it's senior day. I think that would want to put you at the foul line, knowing this is your chance to win for your team.
And she's perfect from the line this afternoon. Still a 3-point lead, and so a 3-pointer can send this game into overtime.
Well, you're right. It's a one-possession game, so if you're Tennessee, you don't want to foul, but you want to make sure the clock is used.
Palmisano tried to get a good look. Hard off the back. Elsie. And so it wasn't the look. She had to reload. Wasn't a clean look at the basket, but she put it up nonetheless. Holtz called a long rebound out to Elsie in the foul.
I thought that Palmisano had a chance to make a couple more passes and get a better shot because, like I said, she needs to have her feet set to get a good look at the basket.
There's still 12 seconds left to go in the game. And so Holtzclaw will go to the line. Her team up by 3. 12 seconds left to go.
And the only part of Shamiqua Holtzclaw's game that could use some improvement is the foul shooting, just 66%.
Oh, you see. But she's a gamer.
Friendly foul shooter, getting a chance to use that follow-through to wave to the fans.
And if I could read lips correctly, I felt that Lisa Ostrom was saying this is so frustrating. They get to this situation. They had a big first half lead. They led by 9 points in the first half. Vanderbilt did, but they came back, the Tennessee Lady Vols, behind this crowd, and they now have a 5-point lead with 12 seconds left to go. So again, even though the series clearly in favor of Tennessee, you come to expect a close game when these two SEC rivals get together.
Billy, how did you know when I was coming home?
Well, I just figured it was a half an hour from the airport. 10 minutes to get your luggage, 4-hour flight. And then there was, what, 18 months to get your graduate degree, 4 years for your undergraduate. And, you know, when you factor in the leap year, daylight savings time.
Lee Jeans.
Snow days.
The brand that fits.
It's a 5-point advantage for Tennessee. Vanderbilt has the ball, had an opportunity to send this game into overtime a couple of times, like they did last month when the two met. But right now, they're down by 5. They need 2 possessions, and they only have 12 seconds to do it, Nance.
Well, the foul shots by Holtzclaw pretty much assured that for Vanderbilt, they have to have a 3, a quick foul, and then put Tennessee to the line. But know who has fouls and know who doesn't.
So crucial. You see the time remaining. Respondek puts it up. Is short with it. And that pretty much assures the victory for the Tennessee Lady Vols.
That was not a bad shot by Nettie Respondek. It was just short, but she had the screen she was looking for.
And they'll just let the time expire. Abby Conklin and Passion Thompson, senior day. Not a bad way to end their home career during the regular season with this kind of victory. 59, 64-59 the victory. For Nancy Lieber and Klein, I'm Robin Roberts. Up Close is coming up next. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. See you on down the line, everyone. Thanks for joining us.